the definitive guide to the Facebook ads secret weapon of organic social. Now, organic social does not get the respect that it deserves. I feel like way too many people completely underestimate how really to use it properly. And honestly, we're going to dive into how to use it to make market research decisions and growth hacking decisions, but more importantly, brand launch revenue and what you need to do with organic social, even as a media buyer, to help make everything else downstream tremendously more powerful. If you're not leveraging the business intelligence, market research, and honestly growth and revenue opportunities of organic social as a Facebook media buyer, you're missing half the battle. And this is going to help you sum all that up. So I hope that you stick around and really enjoy this. You can scrub right ahead if you feel like it, but I do want to say thank you very much for checking this stuff out. I know that you could be literally anywhere in the world on the internet today that you would want, but you've decided to be here, and I want to make that as valuable to you as possible. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Please tell your friends about this stuff. Comment if you have any questions. Ring the bell so you make sure you don't miss any of this stuff. And if you like what we talk about here, sign up for the newsletter. It's at newsletter.facebookdisruptor.com, and make sure that you don't miss out all of the interviews, articles, blogs, and discounts plus ebooks that we put out every single week. And if you want to learn more, join Disruptor School in the Facebook Ads MBA program. That is the single-handed #1 best media buying and CMO development program on the face of the earth. It's not some 12-week thing where you get to never ask questions. No. It's a lifetime access to an ever-expanding dynamic curriculum with the best community and fellowship of business owners, media buyers, and minds in the world. So let's get started. Market research. The power of organic social is not just to get some likes. It's also to let you know what your customer base responds to. Now, one of the great beauties of organic social is that it doesn't tax the exchange of good faith in the way that email does. Every time you put out an email, say with a newsletter, and people find it to be valuable, you're putting a little bit of something in the bank. Every day that you hit send and you're getting something without asking, you put a little something in that bank. And then when you do launch an email to drive a sale or potentially test a new product, etc., well, you're making a big withdrawal. And we know that because, well, every time if every single email was just purely sale, well, eventually people stop opening your emails and they unsubscribe and they block you as spam and all of that good stuff. Organic social works very differently, primarily because the reach is nowhere close to 100%. And because organic social, just like in ads, reach is a meritocracy. The better your content, the more likely people are to see it. The better the estimated action rate of that content, the greater the reach. If you make an Instagram reel that is great, you might have 200 followers as a brand and it could get 500,000 views. How many times do you see brands with a TikTok account with 100 followers get to 1 million views on one video? The point is, you could miss 20 times and hit gold once. And that's tremendous information. Now, I'm not saying that you need to be searching and find trending content, but what it means is that you can take risks. It also means that you can learn what people respond to. Far too often I see people say, well, we're going to try this new ads concept and see if it works. My question is, have you tried it organically yet? Does it get a lot of likes? Does it get a lot of shares and views? What happened when you put that on TikTok or on Instagram Reels? Did nobody care? What if a lot of people did? The point here is, if a lot of people care when you post something organically, don't you think it'd be a pretty good ad? We see this happen all the time when you start to make a real big focus on it. running your organic social should not be purely the job of the social media manager. It's actually a really, really good market research device to understand what type of messaging people want, what words they respond to. If you decide to do copy testing with the caption of your Instagram account, maybe you notice that certain types of videos on YouTube get a ton more plays. Is there a type of content that gets a ton of comments on TikTok? Maybe those are good ideas to run as ads. I'm not saying that your ad strategy should solely be based on your organic social. What I'm saying is that the algorithm is the exact same. The organic social algorithm of who gets to see what, especially now with full screen vertical video, where platforms are aggressively suggesting content from people and brands that you've never heard of before. Learning what gets people interested organically directly relates to what's going to get you a better CPM with paid media. Because remember, paid ads is just organic content where you're paying for that earned reach instead of earning it. So we have to understand that there's a tremendous opportunity to test ad concepts. There's a tremendous opportunity to check out headlines and descriptions and calls to action and hooks. Maybe do some product testing. If instead of tanking your entire email account just to see how people respond to new words, or letting one email potentially decide new copy, or trying to do landing page to understand how people respond, or just spending a lot of money taking wild guesses, you could just post organically. You could post a couple times a day if you wanted. And then you say, well, how are we supposed to get that much content? How many ads did you test last week? How many ads did you run over the last month? How many of them did you use for anything in organic? Vice versa. How many of your organic posts did you actually even run as ads? If you're struggling on creative for ads, but you've got a strong organic social presence, why aren't you using it? You already know what people respond well to. You already have a really, really good idea of, well, what earns attention? What does well? What's gonna get likes and comments and shares and views? You don't have to guess. You already have the information. Now, if you're really smart, you'll start to break those things down into the content pillars that were probably designed by that social media manager for the organic effort anyway. Those are your paid ad concepts. You can make a dynamic creative of just those concepts. And well, while you can't guarantee that what worked organically is going to be a great ad, you can be damn sure that what does really, really well organically is going to give you a leg up in the testing market, and honestly give you a much better estimated action rate on average than a completely new guess. And it's a lot cheaper to try it that way. So my point here is, let the organic social be a market research device. And why not let the organic social and the paid social teams communicate, help each other out? Maybe you've got an ad that is just killing it. Why not run that as an Instagram post? Why not put that on TikTok? Why not have that on Pinterest? If you know that it works well, why aren't you using it? I can't tell you how many brands where there's literally no connection between the social on paid and the social on organic. And that's a travesty, because we already have a really good idea of what's going to do well. Maybe you paid to learn that knowledge and you have really good organic social possibly, or you had really good organic social and now you can use that as paid. Now we do see TikTok has been pushing that with Spark ads, and in Facebook, you've always been able to boost posts and all of that stuff. But the point here is more, When you look at the data on an aggregate and you are starting to see trends around angles, content types, copy, maybe different phrasing, different products, different positioning, you're going to have a really good idea of how to set your paid media side up and vice versa. Where I see brands exceptionally crush is when there's almost no line between social and paid and social and organic. And to that point, you see a lot of the content on the landing pages too. Now, where I see this being done absolutely the best is in the really good cutting edge apparel companies that are just embracing this stuff. There's a great brand, Picnic, that's doing like food-based shirts. Picnic, their organic social feed and their paid media is basically the same thing. Black Milk Clothing's been doing that for nearly a decade. Dandy Del Mar does it. Wicked Clothes does it. There's a lot of really good brands that are doing that. And my point is, why aren't you? Do you think you legitimately have a reason to say, I'm not going to connect my organic and my paid, even though they're both working in the exact same system that works the exact same way for the exact same types of content and appeal to the exact same users? And what happens when somebody starts to see a paid ad that looks a lot like an organic post? They kind of respond to it a little bit better. To use your organic as market research and vice versa, or you're going to miss out on a lot of easy money. I hope that's helpful for you. And if you have any questions about that stuff, please comment below. Let me know what it is and share this with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the newsletter and to the channel. And again, I'm here to help you out and I want you to understand how else to grow your business.